Hello, my name is Nabihah Iqbal and I am a DJ, producer, a broadcaster and music maker from London. This is my first video which I'm doing from my flat here in London, and I thought I'd talk you through some of the equipment that I've got set up at home, which is for all my DJ and radio needs. So as we're all in lockdown at the moment, I haven't been DJing anywhere for the last year basically, because there are no parties, but hopefully, fingers crossed, clubs will open soon and there'll be some festivals and we can have some fun. So I've been doing a lot of my DJing here at home. I also present a radio show every other week on NTS Radio, which is an online radio station based here in London, but you can listen to it from anywhere. And I've been broadcasting the shows from home as well, and also recording some shows for the BBC too. So I'm spending a lot of time in this little cubbyhole surrounded by all my records and my plants. And I don't know if anybody's watching who's interested in learning how to DJ or just in collecting records and music. I mean, if you love music, then I guess you do collect it. So I was going to talk a little bit through my equipment and also share some of my records with you. In the background here you can see the setup which I use. I've got two cdjs which are placed up here, and through those I play digital files, so any MP3s for example, which you load onto a memory stick and then put it into a program on your computer called Rekordbox that organises all the music for you, and then you can use these to play. And then down here I've got two turntables which I use to play records. So it's a bit more old school vinyl, but although vinyl's making a comeback. So, and then I've got my speakers here on the side, two speakers. In the middle, we've got the mixer, which is used to control the music that you're playing. So if I want to switch between one CDJ and another, or from a CDJ to a turntable, then everything goes through this mixer here, and you can adjust the volumes, you can adjust how much bass is coming out, if you want to turn the mic on, and also if you want to listen to any of the music through headphones before you play it out loud, just to make sure you're choosing the right thing and playing it at the right time. I've also got my record collection here, which is one of my most prized possessions. I love the feeling of just having physical copies of music, because now everything is so digital and people are just streaming music and listening online most of the time, but it's really nice to have something in your hand and look at the artwork and really think about the music and everything that's gone into creating that product as well. Okay, I'm bending down now, but you couldn't see from the other angle. Here are some of my records which I've been collecting for the last few years, and I've got loads of different types of music because I love all types of music. I've got a very big Jimi Hendrix section because he's one of my absolute favourites, and for example, here's one, I'll pull it out. This is Jimi Hendrix and his soundtrack to Rainbow Bridge, which is amazing. And the other thing like I love doing is that whenever I travel, obviously no travelling right now, but usually I'm lucky enough to travel quite a lot because of my music and touring, playing in countries all around the world. So what I love doing is every time I travel somewhere new, I love trying to find some local record stores and picking up some music from that particular country. Let's see what we've got here. Oh yeah, this is amazing. Maybe I'll play some of this in a sec so you can hear what it sounds like. But this is a record which I picked up in Cairo in Egypt a couple of years ago at this record store called Sherry's Vinyl, if you're ever there. And it's a recording of oud music, and the oud is a lute type of instrument. It's Arabic, you find it across all of the Arabic countries. It's the predecessor to the guitar, so it's what the guitar is based on, and the music is so beautiful. So yeah, let's hear a bit of this now. Okay, so I've taken the record out of the sleeve and I put it on the turntable. I'm gonna turn it on, and then you see the record start spinning. Pick up the needle gently and place it down, looking for the gaps where the music starts, and then I can turn it up a little bit. It's It's an old record, so it's a little bit crackly, but I quite like that sometimes when you hear it on a record, you know, it makes it a little bit more atmospheric. Okay, so that's a little taster of oud music, and while we're here, I wanted to share another record with you. This is an example of Nigerian Afrobeat music from the 70s. The band is called Nkengas and the album is Destruction, and I love every tune on this. It sounds very different to the oud music which we just heard, but just as good. Okay, so that was a very little taster of some Afrobeat music, and it just makes you want to dance. Whilst I'm standing here as well, I was just caught a glimpse of my own records, which maybe I should show to you. So I've been working as a musician full-time since 2013, and I've released a few records. Let me show you. Let's go through them. Yeah, why not? Okay, so right, this is the first one I released, and it's called Mystic Places. It came out on a German label called Omenera in October 2013, and look at the colour of it. It's so amazing. I chose this kind of pink orangey vinyl that's kind of see-through, and one of my really good friends, Boudica Collins, is an incredible artist, and she did these oil paintings that we then used as the labels in the middle of the records. So there's no writing on them. It looks a bit more mysterious, but it's really beautiful. And I think that's still one of my favourite things that I've put out. It came out on a label called Omenera. I don't know if I said that already. Okay, and then next we've got, okay, I'm actually missing the next one, which I've just noticed, so I'll try and have to get a copy of that. Again, it was called 19 Jewels, an EP, and then after that I put out this one, which is called Fate Xclusive. I used to go under the name Throwing Shade for my music, so all these records are under that title, but for my debut album, I decided that I wanted to start using my real name, Nabihah Iqbal, and I'm really glad that I did that because it feels good. And then after I put out a few EPs, I got assigned to a label called Ninja Tune, which is one of my favourite labels. It's a UK independent label that I've been following since I was about 13, so it was really a dream come true for me when that happened. And the first record I put out with them was this. It's called House of Silk. It's an EP and it has 5 tracks on it. And again, I collaborated with a friend for the artwork for this. He's called Tom Flynn, and I just love this. And it's not made with a computer. There's nothing digital about it. He works in a dark room and uses different materials, and the way the light refracts through those in the dark room creates this amazing effect on photographic paper. So that's someone to look up to, Tom Flynn. 2017 is when I released my debut album on Ninja Tune as well. It was the first record that I put out under my real name, Nabihah Iqbal, and it's called Weighing of the Heart. The inspiration comes from the ancient Egyptian ceremony of weighing of the heart, which is like their version of Judgment Day. And I've never cared or put so much effort into anything in my whole life as this record, although now I'm trying to make album number 2, so I guess I should work even harder on it. And yeah, I drew the artwork for this one myself, so I designed all of it. That's the back. It's got 11 tracks, and it's a gatefold as well, so you can open it up, and then that's got all the lyrics from the songs on one side as like one long thing, and a picture of me that my little brother Shahir took. He's really good at taking photos, so that's quite handy. And since that record came out, things have been really exciting. I mean, I've been lucky enough to tour all around the world, playing shows, done loads of different kinds of live performances and radio appearances, and everything's been it's been an amazing experience. Obviously right now things feel a little strange because, at least for musicians, it feels like everything's just ground to a halt, but hopefully things will start up soon, because I know people are doing live streams and things, but it's just not the same, is it, as experiencing music in the flesh, in real life, all together with a group of people, however big or small. So hopefully that will come back soon. But yeah, in the meantime, I guess I've got no excuses but to keep working on my new music and to make a record. And in some of the subsequent videos that I'll be doing for you guys, I'll be talking more about my process of how I approach making a track, and you know, a few tips about music production and things like that. In the meantime, if anyone's got any questions that they want to put forward after watching this initial video about me talking about releasing music and my DJ equipment here at home and doing my radio broadcasts, then feel free to get in touch via Wide Rainbow, or you can contact me myself and I'll try and get back to those. Hope you've enjoyed this first little intro, and I'll be back again next week.